That Star Destroyer is disabled. Here's a line of dialogue that generated a lot of attention on the internet. Not because the line is particularly clever or insightful, though it does add to the plot of this film, but rather because the word disabled has an unintentional double meaning here. I say unintentional because I'm quite sure that the writers of this screenplay didn't have any alternative definitions in their mind as they were writing this scene. Disabled can of course mean that the Star Destroyer has been knocked out of commission, it's no longer functioning, and the ship is adrift. But disabled can also, at least in reference to people, refer to physical or mental disabilities. So, immature meme makers from across the internet gathered together to deliberately take this out of context and turn it into a cheap insult rather than a simple description of the state of the ship. But if we were to translate this line into German, how would we do it? And would we end up with the same double meaning as we have here in English? Let's hear it in German. Der Sternenzerstörer ist kampfunfähig. Let's break this down. Straight away, we see that Sternenzerstörer is a perfectly literal translation of Star Destroyer, so nothing terribly interesting there. But kampfunfähig is an interesting translation of disabled. Der Kampf is the fight, and fähig comes from the noun Fähigkeit, which is the ability. Fähig on its own can be used as an adjective, as in capable or able to do something. The prefix un has the same meaning as in English, so kampfunfähig quite literally means unable to fight, a term that applies quite nicely to a warship that has lost power. We lose the unfortunate accidental double meaning that we see in the English screenplay, and the resulting internet memes would therefore simply make no sense in German. If you're curious, the German word for disability in the context of people would be die Behinderung, and the adjective form is behindert. This can also, rudely, be used as an insult just as in English. And just as in English, there are more specific forms of the word to describe particular conditions. For example, gehbehindert, from the verb gehen, to walk, would refer to a disability that would prevent you from walking. There are other forms of this word to describe other disabilities, but none of them seem well suited to describe a damaged Star Destroyer. So thank you, Admiral Radis, for giving us that quick lesson on the German language. Good luck to you in your battle. I hope no one boards your ship and murders you horribly. We'll see you next time on Learn German from TV.